During the end of 2022, my husband Arvind and I went on a road trip near Bangalore. Our agenda was to travel, relax, paint, and read. In this video, I take you through our road trip and some beautiful locations we came across and sketched on the go. Travel has become extremely memorable with art. Our first stop was Chikmanglur, which is about 4 or 5 hours away from Bangalore, and we stayed in a beautiful cottage inside a coffee estate called Sidaban. The homestay had around 1,000 and more books, which you can see right now, and these are of various genres and they also range from different decades. It looked like a collection which was probably put together by generations, and it had such a rich insight into the lives of the people who lived there. A road trip to Chikmanglur, a beautiful hill station in the state of Karnataka, can be a great opportunity for you to sketch and capture the stunning landscapes. I decided to sketch whatever I saw, so this is basically me with my cozy socks on since it was so cold and all my art supplies spread on the table. It was an extremely cold night and a cold morning as well. The next morning I woke up, decided to sketch the view outside our room and the things around. Arvind has also been sketching quite a lot, and in this trip we dedicated quite a few hours to sketching. When you're in the middle of nature, everything around you inspires you. There's no hustle, no deadlines, nothing that you're running behind, and there's a sense of calm in the air. Although this was the Christmas weekend, we hardly saw anyone around. I don't think we could have imagined a better Christmas break. This was the first house we stayed in, and so I decided to sketch that. And after that, this next day we moved on to another house in the same estate, and this was the tiny office which was there right outside our second cottage. So basically I was sketching everything that I saw over there, and it was a lot of fun for me because now when I look back at these, all the memories of the place just comes flooding back to me. In the evening, we went on a really short trek inside the coffee estate which had a waterfall, and we sat above a tiny fort and had the whole place to ourselves. It was the best feeling and I think the perfect location to sketch. I find it very fascinating to draw the holiday homes that we stay in and also the places around us during a vacation, and even in regular days now I've started doing that. So what it does is it brings back really strong memories of the place and what I felt at that time. When I look back at my sketch, everything just comes back to me in a rush, and there's an overwhelming feeling of just happiness that just floods through me. In Chikmanglur for 2 nights and time just flew. On both the days we had campfire set up specially for us, and it was a very cozy experience. I think homestays come with their own charm, and I've been loving the experiences of every homestay that I've stayed in so far. We were back on the road again, and our next destination is Udupi. Udupi is a beach place, and it is a very interesting road trip that we are doing where we went from mountains to the beach. So we are normally people who would go more to the beaches, and this was a very interesting experience for us because we realized that we enjoy being in the mountains as well. The landscape was absolutely mesmerizing, and I think these kind of nature breaks are really important because it is so inspiring for you. It just clears your mind completely, and then you start looking at things in a very different perspective. So on the way we stopped at this cafe where there was this person who was making sugarcane juice, so I sketched him. I sketched a few things that we ate over here, especially something called as the coffee jelly which was very yummy and nice. We even showed the sketch in the end to the owners and also this guy who was doing this sugarcane juice, and he was really happy about that. We reached Udupi after a drive of about 4-5 hours and lots of tiny stops in the middle, and our stay for the night was at a lagoon resort, and it was just so beautiful. We took a dip in the pool as well, and the whole experience of staying here was amazing for us. So we sat by the river before sunset and made a very quick sketch. This reminded me of Udo Beach in Goa. The next morning we went to Udupi beach, which is nearby, and I think it is the cleanest beach I have ever been to. It was beautiful over here. We sat for a while, observed people, sat on the rocks, and it was just so calming to sit over here. Whenever you're on a road trip, just keep a lookout for interesting places. Make a stop wherever you can, whenever you can. Talk to people, find out their experiences, look at things from their perspective. Just observe people, even if you don't talk to a lot of people, and just soak in whatever you can at that time. If you have gone to that place for a purpose, someone else has come there for some other need. So it's very interesting for me to look at this particular kind of way of things. I think the best way to experience a place is by sketching. If you are new to sketching, if you're somebody who has never done it before, I highly encourage you to just pick up a book. Wherever you're traveling, just have a sketchbook and a pen with you. Draw whatever you see in front of you. Write down whatever you are feeling at that moment. Any funny thing that has happened, something that you ate, something that you liked, you did not like, and it will just completely change your entire travel experience. So from here, it was time to leave, and he headed to another place in Udupi, and we checked in over there and moved on to our next visit, which was the Blue Flag Beach in Udupi. So I've been to the Blue Flag Beach in Kovalam, which is near Chennai, and it is so beautifully done, well taken care of, and there are a lot of tiny shacks, and you get places to change, you get places to sit down, and there are huts. So I was very excited to go again to this Blue Flag Beach, and on the way we just stopped somewhere for sunset, and this is the Blue Flag Beach, and there's everything to do over here. You can eat some snacks, you can do boat rides, you can do kayaking, lots of things for you to do. Last stop in Udupi for that night was Madras Surf Club. We had wanted to do the surf course over here, which we couldn't do during this trip, so hopefully next time in future trips we will definitely do that. Next stop was Mysore, and on the way we stopped for tea at this beautiful nursery called Saugandhika, which also had a cafe attached to it. The owner turned out to be an art lover and a theatre artist himself. Once he saw us sketching, he was very excited, and he invited us to his house, and we got to know his family, and we were able to connect with them, and it was a very nice experience. I think being a travel artist is very satisfying because of this. You get to meet really interesting people, have conversations with them. They have an impact in your life, and you in turn leave an impact in theirs. Our lunch stop was at Coorg Cafe, which is there in Coorg, and only when we entered we realized that it had a lot of adventure activities attached. The owner showed us some lovely pieces of art which his dad made, who again turned out to be an art lover. It was very nice and interesting how we stumbled upon so many art lovers in this trip. We saw a lot of places which were selling cute birdhouses, so we picked up one in Coorg, and we also found a cafe where civet coffee was served. I remember trying Kopi Luwak in Bali in 2018, and after that, trying over here in this cafe was amazing. Here again, we connected with the owner, the manager, the owner's wife, and it was really lovely meeting them, getting to know their story. And after this, we stopped at Mysore, and it was just a one-night stop. Here, we stayed in a homestay, connected with the owner again, and it was lovely. Like, they gave us amazing food and lots of sketches we did over here. So I hope my small journey inspired you to sketch, and I'll take you on lots of more journeys together.